Okay, welcome. So we are discussing about the classical problems of synchronization. Last class we have discussed about bounded buffer problem. So in this class, in this session, we'll be discussing about dining philosopher's problem. So basically these problems are used to check the efficiency of any proposed solution for the critical section problem. Okay. So when a solution is proposed for the critical section problem, the correctness or the completeness of the solution is verified by applying to these problems, right? So in the last session, we have discussed about bounded buffer problem. In this session, we'll be discussing about dining philosopher's problem. Okay. So it's a pretty interesting problem. So in a dining philosopher problem, there will be five philosophers. There will be five philosophers, and they will be sitting in a rounded dining table. Okay. The five philosophers will be sitting in a rounded dining table, and most of the time they will be spending on thinking and eating. And most of the time they'll be spending on thinking and eating. Okay. And there will be five chopsticks that will be placed between between two philosophers. Okay, there will be one chopstick which will be placed between two philosophers. So totally there will be five chopsticks, right? If a philosopher want to eat, if a philosopher want to eat, then he need both the chopstick. That is, he just cannot eat with only one chopstick. He need both the chopstick. So first he will pick the chopstick from his left, and then he will pick the chopstick from his right, and then he will eat. Okay, so this is the idea. And there will be some rice which is in the middle of the table, that will be shared by all the philosophers. Okay, and this chopstick is also shared because there are totally five chopstick, but each chopstick is shared by two philosophers. Okay, totally there are five chopsticks which is represented using an array, and each chopstick will be shared between two philosophers. Okay, so this is the pictorial representation of that. So you can see there are chairs for five philosophers, and the philosophers will be sitting here and they will be thinking most of the time, and sometimes they will be eating. But whenever they want to eat, they need two chopsticks. They need both the chopstick. First they will pick the left chopstick, and then he will pick the right chopstick, and then the philosopher will start eating. Okay, so you can see here each chopstick is shared between two philosophers. For example, this particular chopstick, for example, if you see this particular chopstick, it was shared between this particular philosopher and this particular philosopher, like this. This chopstick is shared between this philosopher and this philosopher, like that. Okay, and when a philosopher want to eat, he needs both the chopstick. He cannot just eat with the one chopstick. Okay, now how to write a solution for this problem using any of the solutions which we have so far discussed for the critical section problem. Okay, so now what are the critical sections? What are all the shared resource are the critical section? This rice bowl is a shared resource. Okay, so only one person can access this at a time, and this chopstick is a shared resource. That is, out of these two persons, only one can access it at a time. If both of them want to access, then only one should be given access. Okay, so like that every chopstick is a critical section area. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is how the solution is given for the dining philosopher problem. For the philosopher I, if the philosopher I want to eat, if the philosopher I want to eat, then he will call a wait operation on chopstick of I. Okay, on chopstick of ith chopstick he will call a wait operation. Okay, so basically this chopstick of I is a semaphore. If somebody is already using this, then it will be 1, or you can call it as a lock. If somebody is using this, it will be 1. Okay, if nobody is using this, then it will be 0. If it is 1, then this philosopher will be keep on waiting until that person releases that. Then this philosopher will be keep on waiting until that person releases that. That is, the other philosopher should release. If the other philosopher released, then this will become 0. Okay. So now this philosopher I has got the ith chopstick, but he need one more chopstick because he cannot eat with just one chopstick. So then he performs a wait on chopstick of I plus 1 modulo 5. Okay. Why this modulo 5? I think you understand, because if the philosopher is using one of the philosopher is using fifth chopstick as his left side, then the next chopstick which he should pick is the first chopstick. Okay. So 5 plus 1 is what? 6. And 6 modulo 5 is 1. Okay. So if you see this is the fifth philosopher, then his left side he picks the fifth chopstick, and in the right side he should pick the first chopstick. Okay. If some numbering was given to the chopsticks. Okay. So this modulo we are using. Right. So then the philosopher performs a wait on chopstick of I plus 1 modulo 5. If chopstick of I plus 1 modulo 5 is being used by someone, then this will be 1. Then the philosopher will be keep on waiting until he releases this. But he is holding this. But the philosopher I is still holding the ith chopstick. Ith chopstick is now with philosopher I. Okay. So currently the chopstick of I will be 1. Nobody else can take it because it is in the it is with ith philosopher. Now somebody other philosopher cannot take. But holding the ith chopstick in his hand, this philosopher is waiting for the I plus 1 chopstick. Okay. So if it is in somebody else's hand, then it will be 1 and he will be waiting. If that other person releases that, then it will become 0. Okay. Now the philosopher got both the chopstick. That is, he got ith chopstick and also I plus 1 chopstick. Now he enters the critical section. Critical section is what? Eating. He takes rice from the bowl and he starts eating. Okay. That's it. Now he finishes eating. After that, he should release both the chopstick. So he signals chopstick of I, which means, so as long as he is eating, chopstick of I also will be 1 and chopstick of I plus 1 also will be 1. So when he says signal of chopstick of I will become 0. When he says signal of chopstick of, when he calls signal on chopstick of I plus 1 modulo 5, then chopstick of I plus 1 also, the next chopstick also will become 0. Okay, then he comes out of the critical section and he starts thinking. Okay? Because these are the two tasks he does. Either he thinks or he eats. Okay. So this is how the solution to the critical section problem is given. But this solution can actually it can create a problem. There is some problem with this solution. The problem with the solution is, say for example, consider this situation. Consider this situation. Say all the five philosophers, they wanted to eat at the same time. Say this is philosopher 1, this is philosopher 2. Okay. Say all the five philosophers, this is philosopher 3, all of them they want to eat at the same time. Okay. So and they picked up their left chopstick. This is a sometimes this situation may arise. Okay, the solution, even though it gives a solution, but still this particular problem exists. Okay, so all the five philosophers they want to eat at the same time, and they picked the chopstick which is at the left. That is, the philosopher P1 is picking this chopstick, and philosopher P2 is picking this chopstick. Okay, and philosopher P3 is picking this particular chopstick. Okay, and philosopher P4 is picking this chopstick, and the philosopher P5 is picking this particular chopstick. Okay, now what happens, all the philosophers are having one chopstick in their hand. Okay, now philosopher 1 is waiting for this particular chopstick, but which is already taken by philosopher 5, and philosopher 2 is waiting for this particular chopstick which is already taken by philosopher 1, and philosopher 3 is waiting for this chopstick which is already taken by philosopher 2, and philosopher 4 is waiting for this particular chopstick which is already taken by philosopher 3, and philosopher 5 is waiting for this particular chopstick which is already taken by philosopher 4, and none of them is going to release their left chopstick until they get their right chopstick. Okay, and none of them is going to release their left chopstick until they get the other chopstick. Okay, so what will happen, they will keep on wait, they will keep on wait. So this problem is called as deadlock. So they will keep on wait, and the system will come to a what do you call, lock state. So this particular problem is called as a deadlock, and there is no way to come out of this deadlock, and there is no way to come out of this deadlock, because it becomes a bounded wait. Each one is waiting for the other person to release a resource. Okay, and holding one particular resource. Each of the person is holding one resource, and they are waiting for the other person to release some other resource. Okay, and they will not hold the release this resource until they get the other resource. Okay, so this is a problem with this particular solution. Okay, but there is no, what do you call, there is no algorithm to solve this problem, but there are some tips given to solve this problem. So this deadlock can be solved by following certain tips. The deadlock can be avoided by following certain tips. So instead of allowing 5 philosophers, you allow only 4 philosophers to eat at a time. Okay, so then the problem can be solved, because one philosopher, at least one philosopher will get 2 chopstick. Okay, if you allow only 4 philosophers to be sitting, the table is 5, the plates are 5, and the chopsticks are 5, everything is 5. But if you allow only 4 philosophers to sit, then what will happen, in the sense, at least one philosopher will get 2 chopsticks and he will eat. Once he finishes eating, he will release, so the other philosophers can also eat, and the deadlock will not arise. That is one solution. Okay, the other solution is uh, yeah, you allow a philosopher to pick up the chopstick or fork only if both are available. Okay, that is, the problem is created because all the philosopher is first picking the left chopstick, and then they are waiting for the right chopstick. Okay, so the philosopher should pick a particular chopstick. Before picking up any chopstick, he should check whether both the chopsticks are available or not. Only if both the chopsticks are available, they should be allowed to pick. Otherwise, they should not pick. Okay, that is the second solution. And the third solution is the philosophers using an asymmetric solution, which means that the philosophers who are placed at even locations, should take their left chopstick first and then the right chopstick. Okay, and the philosophers who are placed at odd locations should take the right chopstick first, and then they should take the left chopstick. Okay, so if that is done, also this deadlock can be avoided. Okay, so these are the 3 solutions to avoid the deadlock for the dining philosophers problem. So that's it about the classical problems of synchronization, and also that's it about this particular topic, process synchronization. Okay, so basically in this topic under process synchronization, first we have discussed about race condition. What is a race condition? Because of race condition, what happens, data inconsistency happens with respect to shared data. And then we discussed several solutions for race conditions, like we discussed Peterson solutions, we discussed hardware based synchronization, we discussed mutex locks, we discussed semaphores, we discussed monitors, and then we discussed the classical problems of synchronization. Okay, so basically these classical problems are used to test the correctness and completeness of any solutions that are proposed for the critical section problem. Okay, let us stop here. Thank you.